No, it's fine. It's a bit chilly tonight.
What's your luggage?
Thank you. That would be great.
You want some coffee?
That would definitely be great
Yeah.
as well. Thank you.
Here's your coffee, Gonzalo.
Is it hot?
Boiling. You must be back from your trip to Baguio.
Not at all. Nita?
Too long days. Too long, really. I was lonely.
Were you?
Merciful. Why not? I forgot to tell you. I dismissed the maid this morning. I couldn't stand her insolence.
Cora? Insolent? Why, I've never really noticed. She seemed quite efficient, if you ask me, and that's why we've kept her for so many years.
No, Gonzalo. We got her when we were married. And we've only been married for 7 months.
This beautiful, forgetful memory of mine.
Yes, I know. It has been getting worse lately. 2 weeks ago, before we went to Baguio, we decided to go out and celebrate the highest. That's remembered the first time. A year ago.
More like it, definitely.
Well, I am, but husbands are so hard to please these days. So, do you remember when we celebrated our Christmas?
I really don't.
You went to Hilton.
And the month before that?
May I refresh your daily memory?
Please do.
Well, the month before that, we had dinner at Morning. And the previous month, we went to Guerrero. And afterwards, we went to dancing.
And the first month?
We went to the Pansaderia or her mama's street.
All right. All this talk about anniversary, it's as if it's so near.
No, Gonzalo. We've only been married for 7 months, remember? We decided during our honeymoon, however, to celebrate our anniversary every month we were married.
Yes, I remember. So, our anniversary is tomorrow, I suppose. Is that what you're insinuating?
Yes,
Well, you seem so just up. Is this for the anniversary as well?
yes, of course, Gonzalo.
I've only gotten back. Couldn't we perhaps just go to another pansiteria for tomorrow? You know, just have show up our rascado, like old times.
No, Gonzalo. No. And we'll show up next week with grass.
As you wish. Nita? Oh, and before I forget to mention,
What?
you look as beautiful and as young as the night we first met.
But, Gonzalo, do you expect me to turn into an old hagsus?
Of course not! I must buy you a gift. What would you like?
Well, how much do you afford?
The sky's the limit.
Is that what?
I closed up a big deal in Baguio.
Well, I saw a diamond bracelet the other store that simply took my heart.
Nita, why would you want another bracelet? Isn't this beautiful enough?
But that one is much prettier and better, Gonzalo.
Very well. How much is it?
Hefty amount. A bargain, practically.
And how much of a bargain exactly?
10,000? That's too much, I know. I was only kidding, but you did say that's the limit.
Well, you heard it right, Nita. Consider it done.
Gonzalo! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm a lucky woman to have such a wonderful husband.
Nita, did a man come this afternoon?
Man? Why? No.
I mean, I sent a man to fix the TV set.
No. Okay. Well, besides,
Menchu?
the woman who just came right.
Ah. She was the only one who came.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure? Again, I repeat, I sent a man to fix the TV set this morning.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The TV was broken before I left for Baguio. Well, let me explain. A gentleman approached me earlier with the offer of a new TV set, and I distinctly remember buying it, and... what am I saying? The splendid memory of mine.
And you and the people
The coffee is still warm?
What's that, Gonzalo?
Cyanide.
Cyanide?
Potassium. Cyanide.
Is it dangerous?
It should be. People are known to commit murder or suicide with it.
That?
Those are the rumors.
But why do you carry it around?
Oh, nothing. Just as a joke.
Gonzalo, carrying poison around isn't a joke.
Well, I admit, it isn't the kind of joke the average person would indulge in. But, Nita, don't worry your pretty little head over it. Besides, cyanide is sold in drugstores, you know? You wouldn't order shutting down drugstores because of it, would you?
But why in heaven's name do you have that poison with?
Cyanide isn't just any ordinary poison, Nita. It's an unusual one. Potassium cyanide is a very necessary ingredient in the plating process. My business couldn't do without it.
I understand now, Gonzalo. But it's a dangerous joke. Gonzalo?
You quit worrying, Nita. You can throw it away later.
But the cup is...
You can throw away the cup and the cyanide together.
But the cup is from my favorite coffee set. Adrian gave it to me. I mean... Oh.
He did.
It was just quite impressive.
can always buy you another set, Nita.
You wouldn't find another one like it.
Well,
You look all over town.
one set is just as good as another.
No, it isn't, Gonzalo. The sentimental value.
That's the thing. People attach too much importance to sentimental value. One should attach himself to nothing and to nobody.
How can you say that, Gonzalo? Attach yourself to nothing and to nobody. Don't let me do anything to you. And Adrian, your best friend. You've always been attached to her.
Nita, look at me. Forgive me. All this accumulated stress seems to have gotten to me. You know how deeply attached I am to you.
And to Adrian.
And to Adrian.
The doctor tells you time and time again to take good care of your hyperthyroid. He also told you to avoid any emotional strain. Yet, you refuse to take the book.
I know, Nita, I know. All of this irritability and my high-strung condition, I can't help it.
How stubborn you are, Gonzalo. You should have taken a good rest about especially about the therapist.
You have to believe me, Nita. I did try to rest up there. I did. It's just that something unexpected came up, which led me to needing to get my business done earlier than expected.
Something unexpected? Something serious?
No. Nothing really. You shouldn't worry about it. Has Adrian been around lately?
Not since he left 2 weeks ago.
Well, does he know I'm back?
How could he? He arrived so many people.
I suppose you're right. Could you bring me some whiskey, please? You know what your cousin Chita once said at a party? She said that Filipinos who have bars in their homes are cheap imitators of Hollywood and the American ways. And you know what else she said?
What?
She said that drinking in one's home is a sign of decadence. Can you imagine her insolence? But perhaps she's right, Nita. Perhaps we're becoming decadent. A bit too decadent. Ah. Hello! Adrian! Speak of the devil! Nita and I were just talking about you. Where are you right now? Drugstore across the street? Well, come on over then. What do you mean when? Now, of course. No, don't worry. Nita and I are still awake. Alright, let's settle then. I give you exactly 1 minute.
That was Adrian, wasn't it? What did he want?
Nothing, really. How does he know I'm back?
He probably heard about it.
Naturally.
Allow me to get to this.
There's Adrian! Hello, good friend! When did you get back? I thought you knew I was back. Yes, of course. My mistake. I missed you, Gonzalo. Oh, good evening, Nita. Stepping out?
Oh, this? No, just trying it on.
Sit, Adrian. Whiskey?
You know, I have no interest in alcohol, Gonzalo. How about some coffee then? I don't mind.
So, Adrian, where have you been hiding yourself?
I've been very busy lately.
You and your restless nature. You've passed the bar exams, no? Why don't you get settled down once and for all?
I will, Gonzalo. I will. Soon.
What did you call me up for just now, Adrian?
My cigarette case, yes. The plating. Is it finished?
Ah, yes, thank you for reminding me. I had it ready before I left for Baguio. I have it here with me right now. You will hardly recognize it. It looks brand new.
Ah, yes. The memory it holds. This was a present from you. College graduation, remember?
Of course I remember. The sales lady told me it was gold, but it turned out to be gold-plated. Honest mistake, really. I mean, who's to blame?
You're looking fine, Gonzalo.
I admit, I lost a few pounds. Goodness me. My feeble hands. By the way, Adrian.
Yes, Gonzalo?
Were you here this afternoon?
Yes.
Oh, really? At what time?
I came about 2, but the maid told me Nita was asleep. So I left. I thought perhaps you had already arrived from Baguio. Didn't the maid tell you?
Oh, yes. She told me.
Nita, why is the coffee so hot? Gonzalo likes it that way. I'll wait till it cools off a little.
As you wish.
Oh, Adrian, you know what your friend Gonzalo here said but minutes prior to your arrival? Not unless you tell me. He said, and I quote, "One should attach himself to nothing and to nobody." Did you really, Gonzalo?
I don't remember.
Imagine Gonzalo talking like that when he talked so much about you before we got married. In fact, we would occasionally quarrel because he insisted on repeating anything and everything about you. Adrian said this, and Adrian said that, and Adrian and I did this. Remind me, how old were you when you became friends? I was about 10 years old then.
We went to grade school together.
You managed to be classmates all the time?
We managed.
But aren't you older?
By very few years. In 7th grade, the teacher insisted on putting us in separate sections.
The teacher thought I was smarter and should be in section A.
Smarter, he says. But Adrian went to the principal's office and pleaded. Being the student that he is, of course.
I won. And we both stayed in the same section. Section A? No.
Section C. Adrian looked so boyish then. He was considered the best looking in school. So much that I used to tease him by calling him Babyface.
Well, he still retains much of that baby-like expression. Doesn't he?
Which also reminds me, Adrian had a characteristic back then.
A characteristic?
Yeah? What was that? Mind you, I'm not saying you still have it. Besides, it wasn't anything usual. But Adrian was seldom satisfied with what he had. Once in high school...
I see your memory's still good, Gonzalo.
Yes. Strange how oftentimes our memory vividly relives incidents hidden in our past. Go ahead, as you were saying. Right. My mother, for my birthday, bought me a linen suit. Adrian liked it so much that he insisted on borrowing it every Sunday. He had other suits, of course, some even better than this one. But he fell in love with this particular suit.
What happened?
What else? I gave it to him. Gonzalo, I don't recall that incident. Of course you don't. And on another occasion, Nita? Guess what I found before I left for Baguio? Some pictures from our wedding. Not becoming sentimental at so early a stage of our marriage. Are you, Nita?
I know, but Adrian was best man. And he looked so funny in one of the pictures. He was staring at me while you, Gonzalo, were looking somewhere else.
The wedding pictures. Let me see it. I haven't seen any of them.
I'll get them.
Before you leave, Nita, could you please hand me the ashtray? Thank you.
Gonzalo, I'm really glad you're back.
And what seems to be troubling you?
I'm in trouble again.
Financial? How much?
Quite a sum.
1,000?
2.5.
That is quite a sum. Poker? I suppose, Adrian?
No. Races and high life.
You never really change, Adrian.
Thanks.
No woman trouble?
You know, I've never much had use for women.
You know, Adrian, as much as it may pain you to hear this, it's about time you started looking for someone to settle down with.
Only if I find the right woman, Gonzalo.
And your idea of the right woman?
You know what my idea of the right woman is?
Ah, yes, I remember. My memory does me well. She must be intelligent and serious. She must be a virgin and...
Tell me, can you find a woman like that nowadays?
There aren't many, I admit, but if you look hard enough, then I suppose you'll find her.
Here it is. Come sit.
Gonzalo looks scared or something. I was. The words to do a support ring in my ears, and the doctor had just told me I might live up to 70.
Look who's talking. I hope to live up to 80 myself.
You know, Adrian was always an idealist. That's why he hasn't married yet. He's 24.
25, Gonzalo. I like the cold-blooded callousness with which men reveal their age. The trait is certainly admirable.
Once in college, Adrian fell in love. But once he found out that this girl had a boyfriend, he gave up on her.
But if the girl were engaged?
She wasn't, I assure you. But even if she were, that wouldn't have stopped most men from going after her.
Men's tremendous vanity. And you still have those ideals, Adrian?
Well, Adrian will never change, Nita.
Don't rush him. He'll give up those ideals yet.
And why would he?
Well, people sometimes alter their ideals as they grow older, don't they?
I suppose you're right. People wouldn't, no, shouldn't hold on to their original ideals for too long. A drink, Adrian?
But Gonzalo, I really don't drink. Oh, come on. Just try it once, Adrian. Alright.
Could you please pass him the whiskey? The glass, too, please, Nita. Have you read this afternoon's paper?
I haven't had time.
There's a rather interesting item on the front page.
What about?
About a murder last night.
I shudder at the mere sound of the word murder. Such a horrifying crime.
You never know, Nita. Maybe one day you, or I, suppose even Adrian, could be witness to a crime.
Not me.
Alright, think of it this way. We're walking along the Escalto one day, and then out of nowhere a stranger shoots or stabs somebody. Shall we close our eyes and pretend we didn't see anything?
That would be different. But I know I'll be careful not to be around when a crime takes place.
What was last night's case? You know Mr. and Mrs. Tito Viterbo?
You mean Mila Revilla and her husband? That Mr. and Mrs. Tito Viterbo?
You know them?
I know the wife very well. Mila and I were classmates at the same convent school, the Nunciato.
A very religious woman, according to the paper. She never missed going to Quiapo Church every Friday. You know, the Nazarene and all.
She was the most religious girl in our class.
The papers say she used to meet her lover in Quiapo Church.
Did anything happen to Mila?
It seems that Tito Viterbo's wife was having an affair with his best friend.
I didn't think Mila would be one to be involved in an affair. Unbelievable.
Mr. Viterbo killed his friend? No. He killed his wife.
Poor Mila.
Unfortunate husband, really. Unfortunate, you say. Stupid, rather.
But why? Gonzalo, how can you be so heartless? After all, he had the right to kill her.
Just because she was unfaithful to him? Decades ago, that might have been justified. But in an enlightened age like ours, killing one's faithless wife or her lover speaks none to him. Something.
Gonzalo, you can't confuse love with a material thing.
I am not confusing them, Nita. True love isn't a material thing. It's intangible, spiritual, capable of touching the stars, reaching the infinite, embracing God.
Poetry, Gonzalo.
No, Nita. True. But not all marriages are born of love.
Of what then?
Of passion. And if it is passion in your marriage, to lose the object of that passion need not, should not necessarily be tragic.
What would you have had Mr. Viterbo do then?
Forgiven his wife, of course.
But Mr. Viterbo's wife was guilty of breaking
The fifth commandment.
the sixth, Gonzalo.
Ah, yes, I remember. Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I do remember the ninth. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Splendid. Your memory's improving, Gonzalo.
There is a word that has disappeared from the vocabulary of the moderns.
What word?
The word adultery. The moderns hold such a repulsive dread for such an ugly, repugnant, and abhorrent word that they have substituted it for so-and-so is having an affair with, or so-and-so is in love with somebody else, and other similar, charming, less harmful phrases. But the word adultery, they detest and abhor. To the moderns, adultery doesn't exist.
Your narrow views surprise me, Gonzalo.
Your humor for the moral aside, if I had my way, I'd have a name for Mr. Viterbo's wife and her lover.
Oh? And what is that?
I'd call them a couple of rats.
Rats? How interesting, Adrian. Why in heaven's name?
Adultery is punishable by law, don't you know?
I suppose you raise a good point. If you'd allow me to stretch the point further, I prefer to call all three of them rats.
All three? But why include the poor husband?
Poor. As poor as a sinner can get. He was guilty of breaking the 5th commandment. Thou shalt not kill. Another, Adrian?
If you don't mind, I'd like some coffee, please.
Oh, I forgot to bring in new cups. Give me a moment.
No, Nita. Don't bother. There's a cup right there.
But you used that cup before.
I don't mind.
Gonzalo, that cup.
I don't believe in germs, Nita.
No, it isn't that.
Adrian's right, Nita. Stop being so fussy.
Is she ill?
If you call expecting a baby ill, then I suppose...
No! Gonzalo, what's the news? Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a bit too early to tell, though. Women foolishly insist on deluding themselves into thinking that they are the equal of men. When they are pregnant, however, they wake up from that trance. Right, Nita? Stupid of me. Forgive me, Adrian. Go inside and wipe it off.
Please, Adrian, I'll get you a clean towel.
Don't bother, Nita. Adrian knows his way around. It's almost as if he's part of our family. Right, Adrian?
Yes, Gonzalo.
There's a clean towel in the bathroom.
What are you trying to do?
Whatever are you talking about?
The cup, Gonzalo. The cup. Throw it away. Throw it away.
Shut up, you noisy whore! So no one came this afternoon. Adrian admitted he did.
No.
But he made one slight mistake. He said that he had told the maid that he had come this morning. What he doesn't know is that you dismissed her. Adrian has been coming up here for the past 2 weeks, hasn't he?
No, Gonzalo.
I had my suspicions. That's why I went up to Baguio. I could have come back in a day or two, but I wanted to give you and Adrian the satisfaction of the last romantic, evil flame.
Gonzalo, please.
The both of you, pretending, deceiving, lying behind my back.
True. And I'm so ashamed.
Ashamed. You know the meaning of the word?
I don't know why I did it. I don't know.
Regardless of what you say, Nita, it's too late.
What are you going to do?
Destroy him.
Adrian?
You amuse me so, darling. You're quite psychic, beloved.
Let Adrian go, Gonzalo.
I can't, Nita. You see, because my love for Adrian is deeper, it is him I must destroy.
But not this way. Not this cold, heartless way. Give him an even chance.
Her had like him? Most certainly not.
If you must destroy, then destroy me. Spare Adrian.
He means that much to you, my dear?
No, not now. Not anymore. But there must be some pity left in you, Gonzalo. I know there is.
There is. A tiny bit, but it's there. But my pity isn't for Adrian. I'm reserving it for you.
Destroy me then. I'm just as guilty. Gonzalo, please.
No, Nita. You see, I cannot destroy you. I want you to live. I want you to eat, breathe, and sleep every waking second of your cursed life with that ugly word adulteress in your heart.
I'd rather die. I'd rather be destroyed.
Dying is so easy, Nita. And why die when there's so much ahead of you?
There's nothing ahead of me now.
Your feelings are a matter of indifference to me. Soon, my dear, you're going to witness a crime. You're going to witness your beloved and my beloved friend Adrian die the death of a rat.
I won't stand it. I won't. I can't.
Stubborn, Nita. You are going to stay here and not utter a single word or make even the slightest gesture. Even though you aren't a very intelligent woman, I trust that you understand me. Come, my dear. You must rest. Let me sit you down. Everything all right, Adrian?
It was nothing. It won't show. I really must be getting along.
No, take your coffee. It's on the side table.
It's getting late, Gonzalo. I really need to go.
No, take your coffee. I insist.
Is she feeling worse?
Nothing serious.
She should go in and rest, don't you think?
She will. Presently.
This coffee's so hot.
Still warm, you mean?
Just right. Very pleasant to touch, I must say. Adrian, I'm sure it's cold now. Don't bother, Nita. You should rest.
Adrian's right. Just sit back. Let him enjoy his coffee.
Are you sure, Adrian? I'm sure, Nita. It's fine.
Poor Nita. She must be feeling queasy. I'll go check up on her later. You know, Adrian, sometimes I think you'd be better off as a bachelor.
Well, not too long ago, you're advising me to get married.
You should, Adrian, you should.
Why, Gonzalo, make up your mind. Besides, I'm not ready to settle down just yet.
Aren't you afraid of dying a bachelor, Adrian?
Dying a bachelor? I expect to live a little longer, Gonzalo.
A little longer. I suppose you're right.
Sorry, Gonzalo.
Here. No, it's fine, it's fine. Cora can just clean it up later.
My head. Never felt like this before.
Just Rest, Adrian.
My throat. I can't breathe.
Perhaps you've caught the virus?
No,
Well, nonetheless, an aspirin should do you good.
no, I can't. The coffee. Could it be it?
The coffee, No, it can't have been. Well, I don't think so anyway. Well, you know what? Perhaps you should just rest. It must be the whiskey.
Yes. First time, you know.
You are such an amateur when it comes to alcohol, Adrian. By the way, will the 2,500 be enough? I could lend you more.
Thanks, Gonzalo. Always the wonderful friend.
Friendship is onto the grave.
And beyond it.
Yes, even beyond it.
You know, Gonzalo, I sometimes wonder I would do, or where I would be without you.
Oh, shut up, babyface. You flatter me so.
You haven't called me big face since our high school days.
Lie down, Adrian, lie down. You must be tired. The lights are probably bothering you.
No. Gonzalo.
Just rest.
No. I must tell you something.
Not now. Tomorrow.
It's very important. Gonzalo.
I attach myself to nothing and to nobody.
Adrian? Adrian! Adrian!
Hello? Police department. Yes. Could you direct me to your chief, please? Yes, hello, thank you. If you'd care to come to 60 Panama Street, you'd find yourself with a rat. Yes? That's right, you heard me. 3 rats.